Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so my question for you today is how do we really think? Right? So today I'm talking about part 2 of the master system, and the topic or the conversation today is that questions are the real answers. Hello there, Sean. So 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 my name is Michael, and let's get right into it, right? The idea that I want to share with you, this is what I learned, is that it's actually our questions that determine our thoughts. And the question is like, okay, so how do we really think? Right? How do people think? And this is what I learned, right? All thinking is simply just asking yourself questions and then coming up with the answers for them, right? That's all thinking is, right? I used to, I've been talking a lot like, okay, we got to start thinking and, thinking about what we want. Well, then, how do you start thinking about what you want? Well, it then comes down to, well, what questions are you asking? And the important idea here, right? The only difference between me and you, right? This is something I learned from Tony Robbins. The only difference between me and you, the only difference between you and the people that you look up to, or the people that are winning in this world is based on the habitual questions that you ask yourself, right? That's like a really powerful statement, because you got to realize that the people that aren't enjoying this moment, they're simply asking themselves, poor quality questions. Oh, why is this happening to me? Man, why did COVID have to happen? It absolutely got in the way of like my plans, right? They're asking all these poor questions, and we got to realize, right? It's our brains. We have one of the most supercomputers ever created, right? There's no AI that can possibly replace our brains, right? It's going to find the answer to your questions. So when you ask crappy questions, what's going to happen is your brain's going to find a crappy answer. And so it's really important that you start asking yourself, okay, now, right, what would happen if I'm making money on the internet? What would happen if I started my own business, right? Who would I be if I start showing up on Instagram, right? So it's really important. Like, the questions that you ask will change everything. And, successful people, right, at the end of the day, they just ask better questions. That's the only difference between me and them, is that they're simply asking themselves better questions. So what's the question that you need to ask yourself to get you to the next step or the next level, or to even get started on your journey, right? What is that idea that you need to figure out if you are in a bad state? And understand that it's the questions, right? I talked about yesterday how important having that state of mind is, right? What you ask yourself will dictate what you focus on. And what you focus on will have a direct impact on your state of mind. And that's going to help you make better decisions. And that's what's, at the end of the day, right? It comes down to the decisions that you make that are going to end up changing your life, right? So my question is, like, what is the next question that you need to ask yourself that's going to really get you out of this funk, right? Maybe you're in a crappy place and you got to get out of it, right? So what do you got to start asking yourself? Now, last idea here, right? It's not just the questions that you ask yourself. Remember, it's also the questions that you're not asking, right? What is it that you are avoiding that you need to figure out that, oh shoot, like, I have not been asking this because, I've been complacent, I've been comfortable, and therefore I'm not getting the answers that I need, right? So that's the topic today, right? Questions are the answers. And I really hope that I got it across, right? All you have to do, if you want to start thinking better, if you want to get to a new position, or if you're in a crappy state, right? Like, one piece of the puzzle is to start asking yourself better questions. Now, change what you focus on, and what you focus on will have a direct impact on your state of mind, and your state of mind will help you make the right decisions so that you can actually determine what you want in this world and go out in there and get it. So, thank you for tuning in to that live. And you know what? Another thing I wanted to talk about, right? There's something I learned. It was called the quantum linguistic question. And it's like, your identity has a huge part of your success, right? So who would you become if you actually became a business owner, right? Who would you become if you started earning the dollar amount that you wanted each month, right? Who is that person? And if you start asking those questions of, because, you know, at the end of the day, it's not the goal that's so important. It's who you truly become. Like that's what's so cool about setting high goals and achieving them. It's because you become a new person. And that's why, you know, it starts with the question. So that's what I have to say today. Thanks for tuning in Instagram, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.